everybody, and welcome back to our little farming adventure. Now, you'll notice that my armor is now kind of, decorated. I used an armor trim with some amethyst. I believe it was Coast is the one I was using. But I just used all of one. I didn't know I could do that with the map. Okay, anyway. Today we are focusing in two areas. We have the sheep farm. I've already pre-dotted out where everything's gonna be. I do have some areas just pre-laid out. And I also left these corners open because I'm eventually gonna come through and like refloor all of this so that this is just a functional back area so I can get in, access the dispensers. And this area is just going to be covered eventually. But here's all the farms. They are working. But this is just one area we're going to be working on today. The other area we're going to be working on is over here. You'll notice I have a bit of a black wool out over here. This is going to end up being the blacksmith area. There's going to be a little outdoor porch thing with a forge possibly back in here. And then the inner portion of this is going to have like my stone cutter, my mason's table, things of that nature. Or at least duplicates of those tables are going to be in here. And then this is going to have just a pathway that goes through here. This pathway is going to match up with it. This pathway is going to come up to the actual building. There's going to be a staircase off to this side. And the pathway is going to diverge here and here so I can continue in both of these directions. It's going to come down here and meet up with paths that are eventually going to come down this way. And then it's going to go up this way so that I can get into candlelight and other advancements. Let's see. Because I still have to get into bakery, which is probably one of the ones that's up here. Vinery is one I'm going to leave for later, along with brewery. Candlelight is another one I have to get into. Okay, but back to the main task at hand. Getting this building up. Now, I'm coming into this building with a few more ideas as to what I want to do with it. That isn't saying much, though, seeing as I still have basically no clue what I'm doing. Because the building itself is just such a weird shape. I think I'm going to face the main roof this way. I've tried so hard to make this roof design make any sort of sense. I'm ripping this entire thing down. I can't. In any way, make this building look decent and match any of the rest of my buildings. I would have to change my style so drastically from everything else I'm building to make this building fit without it looking ridiculous. So I'm just gonna rip it all up. Rip it all up and say screw it. I messed up to begin with and I really just should have fixed it back then, but no, brain said I'll figure it out. Nope, no I really won't. Okay, the actual outside of the building and everything is taken down. Real quick, I'm gonna throw up a small pen. I need a spot to keep the sheep. Because I'm going to be moving them into this pen until I can get their new area set up. Okay, this is going to have to be built onto. I want the collection systems to hit here. So I left enough space for me to build the collection systems and then set up the stuff on top of it. So we're going to start with one collection system here and we're just going to go straight down. I'm going to get 8 on either side. This is how I've built most of my farms. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. My brain was kind of haywire last time. So this time I'm going to do it right. So hopefully I don't have to fix it again. Also, here is everything I just pulled out of it. This is every single barrel that was inside the farm. It's now holding the color of wool and the entire redstone piece for that color of wool. And they are all back in order. So green is back where it's supposed to be, in between cyan and lime. So all of them are back where they're supposed to be and everything. Well, this is definitely giving me some time to reorganize. That's going to be a mess I'm going to have to deal with. I'll eventually figure out how to sort them. But for right now, we're just going to start, and I'm going to try to get 8 of them in a row. And there we go. Half the cells are now in place. Almost all the grass is grown. With how I'm building this up, I have to place the grass back. So the only thing that's holding me up is how fast the grass is growing. Now my next thing, getting all of you in there. But this is white all the way through yellow. I don't know if I'll end up labeling them at some point or just leaving them as is, but right now, I think this looks pretty good. The sheep are going to have to eat and then they'll be sheared. So yellow hasn't even started their shearing process just yet. But we'll get there eventually. Okay, and there we go. A redo at this. This certainly looks 10 times better. It's such a lower format compared to what we had beforehand. It's still the same 16 cells. It's 8 by 8 now. And I've even done the framing on the building, and it's only a 1 block gap in all these areas, which means I can still get back there in case I need to refill it or take care of anything back there in case something breaks. But for the most part, this is completely functional. A few of them are still having some issues. They still have to get to where they're functional because the grass is still growing. But this is 10 times better than what I had before. Now I can get back to what I was wanting to do, which is doing an exterior on this. Okay, and there we go. The facade roof is on, which means interiorly it's going to look like this. Exteriorly it's going to match everything else, and I can still get over here. I did make this slabs so that it's, well, it's still pretty dark back here. Kind of want to put a lantern or something back here. Probably a torch, actually, now that I think about it. Not use the lanterns, because this is technically a, this is a maintenance tunnel, technically. So these are still fully accessible. But yeah, the facade roof is now in. Now I can actually put it in the actual roof. And then we can be done. And there we go. Now we have a big area out here for some pasture for the sheep to actually live in. And then I'm going to do like a little bit of a lean-to from these 3 cells here. I'm going to do something kind of similar to these. I want to build off of this and do basically a little 3-cell lean-to off of that. And there we go. I am eventually going to take a path from the actual like paddock area and bring it out this way. I've kind of started that this way. It does kind of just kind of fall out a little bit. This is actually drastically larger than most of my other animal farms. My other one being the chicken coop that's back here, my pig pen is over here, and then my cow pen is here. So this is actually the biggest of them, but I wanted it to kind of blend with this building, and due to the size of this building that it's attached to, I kind of need to make it a bit bigger. But I really do love how this kind of breaks up the general boxy aesthetic of everything. Makes it look a bit better in my opinion. Still does look very boxy on this side, but that's fine. Eventually there'll be trees and stuff to hide it from the water's ledge. And then we have a full redesign of the sheep farm, which is amazing. Now, I didn't get everything done I wanted to get done in this video. Next episode is going to be the blacksmith. I guarantee you. And it's probably going to be another mod of some sort. I'm thinking candlelight. Because I was thinking candlelight was going to be up in here somewhere. So I may set up for that one as well. And we'll just turn our attention from down here with the animal farms up here. Along with our storage area. The smithy is going to be here. Candlelight's going to be over here. Keep in mind, brewery and vinery are going to be down here. And they're going to be massive. So all of our other mods kind of have to be focused up here. We're starting on this end because all the other mods don't require as much space to work with. Whereas vinery and brewery, you need a lot of those items and a lot of different buildings for those items. So it's going to be a lot of stuff. We also worked on this. Oh, we could also do a bakery next episode. Okay. But bakery is one that I need to get through. And then what was the other one? Herbal brew still needs something. Candlelight. This was the other one. And then herbal brews, which is more like a tea shop. I'll probably do like some small buildings for, let's see. We're already doing some small buildings here. Maybe down in this little spot, we'll do like a little bit of a tea shop. And then do a nice restaurant up here on the hill. And then we'll find out something to do in the center of the area. And then we'll break down into these. But now since I have this in place, the stuff for candlelight is going to get a bit easier to make. Because I think quite a bit of stuff from candlelight needed wool. Yeah, wool. Because this one's going to be a restaurant. I'm probably going to keep a bit of this area cleared and fence it off a bit. And turn it into like an outdoor seating area for that. And then the tea shop is going to be down in here somewhere. Probably have its gardens out this way and have its building like right back tucked up in all of this. So that means a bit of terraforming, which is fine. I can do that in between episodes. But have its gardens here. Have a little seating area out this way. And then have the actual building sitting up over here. And then over here on top of this hill is going to be candlelight. I need to build it up a bit more. And then take one level down. So that's at the same level as my warehouse. And then the bakery will probably go about center. I'm going to level down this hill a lot. Because there's a... There's a lot of height difference between this spot and the rest of the island. This is the highest point on the island. And I don't know why it's like that. So I'm probably going to flatten this hill down a bit. At least make it a bit more level with this. So probably bring it up about the same level as candlelight. So it's probably going to be about on this level. And I'm going to level this hill down to this. So that we can get our stuff for that going. And I'm probably then going to make a walkway down. And then use this little valley that's over here as a farming area for wheat and oat and then strawberries. Because all of those are kind of needed for bakery. Wheat isn't really needed. Oats are used more often, but I feel like bakery, bread, wheat is typically the main thing you think of when you think of that. So just to keep the aesthetic of threes, we'll do like just one farm of each. And that will bring us into possibly coming down here to do the main road into vinery, which is going to be over here, and then brewery, which is going to be over here. Probably a few buildings tucked into all of those. But yeah, with all of that discussed, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!